Hi everyone, in this presentation I will demonstrate how I applied market basket analysis using the a priori algorithm in both Python and Orange3. And the goal of this task is to discover the association rules in the dataset and interpret them using metrics such as support, confidence and lift, and also critically compare these two tools, and also to identify different hidden patterns in consumer behavior. Okay, let's go through the dataset first. Dataset market basket dataset contains over 3000 rows and 4 different categorical columns. And these columns are the data representing items which are purchased together, such as burger and biscuit, soda, energy drink and so on. And first, let's look at the Python workflow. Here I used mx10 library, and I started first by preparing the dataset and encoding the transactional data, and I applied the a priori algorithm and generate association rules and filter using selected confidence threshold. I set my minimum support initially for 801 percentage, and in Python this generated more complex feature and often included multiple items set in the antecedent. For example, biscuit and beer led to cheese, salad and cheese led to biscuit, and so on. These rules had support values of around 0.013 and to 0.016, and confidence of around 0.26 to 0.28. This and the lift were slightly above 1, indicating positive but moderate association. And one of the advantages of Python was that it allowed full control over the parameter and also produced more detailed result. And I also generated a scatter plot and also a heat map to visualize the lift score. As you can see, the darker area here represent the strongest association, helping us see behind just simple popularity. And next I use Orange3 to perform the same analysis, and in Orange I built a visual workflow using different widgets: file widget to load the data, and then a frequent item sets widget, association rule widget, and data table for viewing the rules. And what I loved about Orange3 was the interactivity. I could move the sliders for support. For example, this I could move the it for the supports, and then and confidence, and also like to see the rules update instantly. And it produced simpler one-to-one result, like chips led to biscuit and burger led to salad and so on. While these are simpler than the Python result, they are much easier to read and interpret quickly for business presentation. And Orange3 made the process very visual and easy to follow. From both tools, I observed meaningful relationship between the common items. And confidence helped me to evaluate how reliable were the results. And since I selected the confidence threshold myself, I strongly influenced which result appeared. And lift was also very useful to determine whether the relationships were meaningful, because most of my lift value were above F, and the associations were positive. And also the support here showed how frequently the rules occurred, but in the dataset the value were relatively small. And then it's vital to remember that these describe relationships and not the casualty. For example, like buying a burger does not force to a customer to buy a salad. um, it just means that those customers shares a specific habit, and I relied heavily on lift rather than just the confidence to ensure that these weren't just random coincidence, and lift tell us the purchase is real and not just because an item is popular. And when comparing the two tools, I would say Python is more flexible, have more, and we have more control over parameters, and also produce more complex multi-item rules, which is better for reproducible and deep analysis. And whereas uh, Orange 3 is easy to use as no coding is required and is more visual and beginner friendly, and is faster to for quick exploration. And saying for myself, I will personally for professional project when I need like more detailed and complex rules, I will prefer Python because it gives full control over parameters and the results are reproducible. Or also when working with large data sets and deeper analysis, Python can be handy. On the other hand, uh, if I'm doing a quick exploration or when I need quick results, visual exploration, or for the simple tasks, I would go with Orange 3. In conclusion, both tools successfully generated uh, useful association rules and similar patterns. So the choice between the two depends upon the goals of the analysis and the user's technical experience, I would say. Thank you so much.